Hi, my name is Shan and welcome back to the chaos that is Shani and books. Today I'm going to be talking about my goals, my reading goals. We're going to see, did I complete my goals from last year and what are my goals for this year? I did do a goals video, I think, at the start of last year. I haven't rewatched it, so maybe I should have done that. But I do have my goals written in my journal, so I'm going to go off this because I'm pretty sure it was the same as my video. So my Goodreads goal was to read 22 books in 2022, which I did complete this on March the 3rd, so I got it done pretty early on in the year. So I did start the year off with a lot of reading and completed it early, but then my reading kind of trickled down. So goal number one, tick. My second goal was to read at least one book club or buddy read book per month, which again, I did do that if we don't count the month that I read no books, because obviously I didn't complete it then if I didn't read any books. If you saw my stats video, there were a few months where I read 0. So taking out those 3 months, I'm pretty sure that I did read at least one book club or buddy read book per month. I'm pretty certain. Goal number 3 was to read 20% or more of Australian authors. And I can't remember, I'm assuming I gave a percentage instead of a number, so that if I only read like 10 books, like I would have only had to read 2 Australian authors, and if I read 100 it would have had to be 20. I think I made it a percentage so that it was like to scale. So it didn't matter if I read a lot or a little, like you know what I mean. But I did not complete this goal. I think I only read from 9 Australian authors, which, let me work out the percentage. Okay, it is 11.6%. So no, I did not complete that one. Goal number 4 was to read 10 non-fiction books, which I did complete right at the very end. So I was 1 book away, and so I scoured my shelves and noticed that I had this book which said it was a graphic novel memoir. So I read this because I'm counting it for non-fiction, since it does say it is a memoir. And I read this, well, I finished it on the final day of the year. So I read exactly 10 non-fiction books. Number 5 is read at least one 2022 release per month. I don't think that I did this. Again, I didn't read every single month. But overall in the year, I read 13 2022 releases. So there's 12 months and I read 13. So I'm going to count that, even though I didn't do them each month. I also didn't read each month. So I'm counting that as a tick, even though it wasn't each month. But overall, it evens out. What am I saying? Why are you watching me? I can't even speak. Number 6 was complete the buzzword reading challenge, which I did do. I'm sure you know what it is. It is by Books and Lala, and there is a word or set of words each month, and you have to find a book that matches the word to read. So I didn't, again, obviously, since I didn't read every single month, I did like a catch-up thing, which I'm counting because Kayla did that on her channel too, where she did a vlog and she checked to see if she had completed all of the prompts. I was actually vlogging when I did this, like the catch up all of the words, but I cancelled it. I'm just not gonna post it. So if you would like to know what books I read for January, which was Who, What, Where, When, Why and How, I read How to Be Perfect. For February, it's Pronouns and Possessives, and I read They Never Learn. March, this is a stretch. It is Locations, and I read during March Crying in H Mart. So I'm counting H Mart as the location. I don't know if that counts, but I'm counting it for myself because I read that during March. April was Big and Little, and again, I'm stretching this. I read The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner. This was during my catch-up section, and I couldn't find a book that I wanted to read, so I'm counting short as a synonym for little. So I'm gonna count it. May is Directions, and I read A Song Below Water. June is All. I read All of This Is True. July was book related words. I read Book Lovers. I feel like everyone probably did this. August was Items. I read The Land Before Avocado. September is Light and Dark. I read Young Dark Emu, which I feel like dark was a word last year, and I read Dark Emu. So this year I read the Young Dark Emu. October were Creatures and Animals. I read Butter, Honey, Pig Bread. November was words ending in ing, and I read Nothing But My Body. And December was Numbers, and I read 7 Days in June. There's, if you're interested in what buzzword words I picked, I'm going to try and do it properly this year. Number 7, I did not complete. My 7th goal was to begin requesting ARCs, which I did not do. I did sign up for a NetGalley account, but to be honest, I just don't have, I don't know, I just feel like I don't think I'm a good book reviewer, so I just got too scared to request any ARCs. Plus I didn't want to put the pressure on myself to actually have to read the book and quickly review it within a time frame, so I never ended up doing that. But I did make a NetGalley account. I don't think I'm going to make it a goal for this coming year, but I will maybe try and do it. I don't know, makes me nervous. ARCs make me nervous, so I don't know, let me know what you think. I'm nervous to request ARCs, but that was a goal that I did not complete. Number 8 was to be better at writing reviews, which I also think I didn't complete. I started off the year pretty good on my Goodreads account, and I was trying to like write at least a sentence of review, and I did do that for a few books, but I haven't updated my Goodreads since March. Please tell me, should I add the books in for the rest of the year? Because I feel like it's going to be annoying for people who have me on Goodreads, but I don't know what to do because I have so many books to add in since March. I don't want to like annoy people's feeds. Is that how Goodreads work? Like, will it go onto everyone's feed if I'm adding these books? What do I do? Please tell me. So I'm going to count that as no for be better at writing reviews. I also want it to be better at articulating my thoughts in video format, but I also don't think I did that. So number 9 is a funny one. Finish the year with equal or less unread books on my shelf to the beginning of the year. So in the beginning of the year, I had 143 unread books on my bookshelf, and I kid you not, on December 31st I had 141, so 2 less. So technically yes, I do have less books on my shelf. So number 10 and my final goal was to try to mostly purchase books from small businesses / places I want to support, and have Amazon account for less than 10% of my purchasing, which was a huge tick because Amazon books was I think like 3% of my purchasing. I think I purchased like 3 books from Amazon and everything else from elsewhere, and a majority were from small businesses, which is great because we love to support small businesses, especially small Australian businesses. I do have a few local bookstores that I love. Hey Bubby, do you want more? Okay, I've been interrupted a bunch of times, but I think I'm up to talking about my goals for this year. So I'm setting my Goodreads goal, even though I haven't filled in my Goodreads books, at 23 books. So I'm doing the same as last year. I had my goal to read 22 books in 2022. This year it's to read 23 books in 2023. But honestly, again, it doesn't matter how many books I read, as long as I'm enjoying my reading time, then I think that's fine. I'm having my goal again to complete the buzzword reading challenge.
Daddy?
Yes, baby?
Yes,
So again, I'm having the same goal to read 10 non-fiction books, which I can hopefully complete again. This time around with Australian authors, I am just going to give a number, so I can hopefully read 10 Australian. And instead of saying 1 new release each month, I'm just going to give a number again, and I'm going to say read 10 2023 releases, which is interesting because those 3 10s add up to more than my overall reading goal for the entire year, but it's fine. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I want to finish the year with less unread books on my shelf than when I started it. So like I said, on the 1st of January, I had 141. So let's see what I have at the end of 2023. And again, the same goal where I want to purchase mostly from small businesses rather than Amazon. So I'm going to have the same goal for this year, and I'll see what my purchasing looks like at the end of the year. And I'm about to be interrupted again, so that is going to be the end of this video. Let me know what your goals are for the year and if you completed your goals from last year. Yes?
Mine.
Okay, come on.
Mine.
And we're going to go. All right. Bye.